This is my third show at Jonathan Levine Gallery, my third solo show in New York. I've been working on my show life cycle, I guess about 6 months. I started figuring out the themes of it, looking at like life and death and exploring some dark things here and there. The concept is tougher to come up with for me. I like to write a lot about what I'm going to be painting about and take a lot of notes and kind of have it all planned out before I even start the painting process. I think that's because I was trained as an illustrator. We were trained to be able to crank out artwork, like a finished piece, in like a couple days. So that's my background, and I'm actually trying to step away from that and slow down and take like a month on a painting if I need to. It's been a bit of a struggle, but that's one of the things I worked on with this show. When I think about the artwork that I was looking at as a kid, it was things that were very vibrant, colorful, bold. It was skateboard graphics. Later on, like in high school, it was graffiti. It was New York subway graffiti, you know? It was things like that where they were really, really bold and in your face. And, I was looking at the art of Star Wars, like things that were just, I guess, illustration-y, graphic. And so that's always been, part of what I'm interested in. And I think I've, reacted to that. And I try to get away from that sometimes, but it always seems to come back. With this show, I've been trying to come up with like situations, not necessarily stories. I guess I'm trying to leave the narrative kind of up in the air, open to interpretation. There are characters, but I'm not entirely sure what the characters are all about. I'm looking more at the situation, like a painting of a bird maybe is rescuing something precious like a skull, maybe it's someone's soul. There's a lot of different ways to look at it. In terms of writing about my own work, they're not really like stories, they're more, I'm just jotting down notes, ideas, sometimes dreams, things my kids say, things I see on TV. I watch a lot of TV. I find inspiration all over the place, and movies, other artists, things floating around in my head. I'm still learning, still learning what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. For me, that's part of the fun, as soon as paintings start becoming work and there's a total formula, that's when I start to lose interest. So I'm just trying to keep it fun and fresh. I want to dive into oils. I want to start looking into painting even more traditionally. Maybe doing some research on the old masters and see where it takes me. In high school, I thought that oil painting, something extremely realistic, like photographic, I thought that was like the pinnacle of painting. And obviously it's not. I'm also starting to do some screen printing, so that's something that it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna write a book. I'm just kidding. This is kind of like my first spray paint mural I've done in the last 10 years. I haven't really messed with spray paint, so it was kind of taking me out of my comfort zone, I guess. It's a little messy. I'm gonna kind of like break the rules of graffiti and use some brushes. Dun dun dun. That's really like not cool in the world of graffiti, but I'm not really in the world of graffiti, so I'd rather make a nice mural. I don't feel like I'm gonna be ready for another show for at least a year. I gotta let the things I did for this show kind of set into my mind. I need to understand what I was doing. It sounds so artsy-fartsy, but I don't know. I've been pretty busy the last 8 or 9 years, believe it or not. I mean, there hasn't really been a time when I don't have a show looming on the horizon. I had this show, and before that I did a bunch of stuff for Miami in December, and before that I had a solo show in London, which was a lot of fun. And before that, I had a museum show. So it's been almost 2 years of just painting. So I actually don't have a single thing planned out, which is a little bit scary and different. But I think it's going to be good to just kind of slow things down a little bit. And really, I just want to spend some time with my family and, you know, take my daughters to the zoo, you know. I don't really know how it's going to be, you know. Hopefully it'll be cool.